How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all having a great day or night whenever you open this video up. Personally, I'm doing pretty swell, since I've decided not to respond to that abortion of a video Kumo did on Nier. I've decided to wait for the Krillix edition of that one, since you know it's coming. That, and he proved how much of a little bitch he is by threatening to report the video and flag it down, just like every other bitch has. But on the subject of Kumo, one of the other channels on his channel, named Gio, put together this really awful video contradicting himself regarding the SSSniperWolf situation, and how all the other streamers that react to videos by just watching them and having their face in the corner and calling that transformative, how they're wrong in their content stealing, but SSSniperWolf isn't. Why? Boobs, I guess, I don't know. Maybe we should watch the video and find out. So what do you call two chicks sharing bread? Let's roll right into this.
So today I've got a pretty hot take that I want to kind of explain, and we're gonna get right into it. I don't think SSSniperWolf steals content. While that sounds absolutely foolish and terrible at first,
spoiler alert, it is foolish and terrible, considering literally everyone knows SSSniperWolf for just reacting to shit. But just reacting to shit doesn't make it content theft, no. Otherwise, I'd be a content thief too. SSSniperWolf, however, adds fucking nothing of commentary, nothing of value. So these accusations on her are 100% spot on. And if you deny that, then this image right here is your docs.
First, consider the opinion that what SSSniperWolf does is not on TikTok. Now, if she were distributing these TikTok reactions on TikTok, then that would be considered content theft.
This is a point he brings up quite a bit with the other people, but I'll go ahead and put the bulk of my argument against this out now. The platform does not matter. If you're taking content and just watching it and putting your face cam up and adding nothing of value, that is content theft. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But also, just one tiny little nitpick here, it's not an opinion that what she does isn't on TikTok. Maybe she does this on TikTok, I don't know. I don't use that platform. But we're talking about her YouTube content and how it's stealing other people's videos and TikToks, reacting to them and adding nothing of value until she decides to describe what's happening, since she knows full and well that her audience isn't looking anywhere other than her face cam.
To use a recent example from just 3 days ago, she features 19 videos, 13 of which don't have any identifiable usernames. That means there's no way to find and support the original creators here. All of the views and all of the revenue goes straight to SSSniperWolf. You know the phrase, work smarter, not harder? Well, SSSniperWolf does neither. She just steals.
For the record, no, that isn't a Discord notification for you, nor is it someone calling you. This dipshit decided to screen record a video and not mute notifications, and put this together in an edited video, mind you. So there's no way he didn't catch that. But to add on to the other guy's comment about how SSSniperWolf does neither work harder nor smarter and just steals, this is brought to me by the Act-Man of all people, but she straight up reuses the same clips of her reactions. Doesn't even record a new take, doesn't do nothing like that. She has so little to say that she repeats things she's already said in other videos by just copying and pasting, just so she can get it to the 8-minute mark for the mid-rolls. You literally can't be any more lazy.
However, because she's doing it on a separate platform, that already discounts a lot of the people who would find things given unnaturally on TikTok. The people who are on YouTube are actively searching for the media that they're going to consume. The people on TikTok aren't. When something blows up on TikTok, it's not of your own earning, it's of a mass-produced algorithm. When you blow up on YouTube, it's because you worked hard to achieve at least some moniker of success.
Now, I'm sure someone's going to try and write this off as an anecdotal example and discount everything I'm going to say because of that. But speaking from my own personal experience, no, you do not blow up because of the hard work you put into the video. In every single example that I've had a video blown up, it's because I made the right video at the right time and nothing else. I literally never would have got my 100 subs had I not capitalized on the Quantum TV drama when I did. My Ultra Kill video, the most popular video on my channel, would not be the way it is had I uploaded it any sooner or later than when I did, since the Act 2 update was like 2 months away from that video, and because of the catchy title and my engagement in the comments, it boosted. My fucking Jim Sterling videos are probably the best example of this, considering the part 2 that talks about the actual game itself has 10,000 less views than the original, mainly because the original came out within the same week as Jim's video. So again, right place, right time. That's because luck is the biggest deciding factor when it comes to blowing up on the YouTube algorithm. Now sure, there are some people that like me because of the work I put in. What work that is debatable, but still. But by and large, luck is the main thing, which is exactly how you're describing TikTok. Now I could be wrong since I'm not familiar with the platform and its algorithm, but still. And either way, it doesn't matter what platform the people are finding the content on. If SSSniperWolf wants to react to it, she can react to it so long as she gives credit and gives people a resource so that way they can go and find that content. It ain't that hard since we now know she's a master of copy and pasting.
So when somebody reacts to a YouTube video on, say, Twitch, and then re-uploads that, there's a decent case to be made that that goes against fair use.
Again, the platform doesn't matter. I could react to this video in a Twitter space and record myself doing that and then post it to YouTube. Would that be against fair use? Not necessarily. It all depends on what content I'm adding and how much of the video I'm using. If these motherfuckers are able to open up a 30-minute video, get up from their chair and walk off for like 5-10 minutes or so, do whatever, and re-upload that, then there's a case to be made that that isn't fair use since they're not adding anything of value. This platform point is the most retarded argument you can make.
However, if you were going to apply that same method of thinking to TikTok, the roles would be completely different. It would be as though you're comparing apples to oranges, or a bed to the thing I fuck your mom in.
Damn, I can see why Kumo linked you on his channel. You're so funny, just like him.
So, to make that comparison, it's just completely out of the blue, completely wrong. And I get the feeling that Jack's films, while it's hard to find places, taking this in a completely different direction than it should go. While Sniper Wolf is boring, her content is lazy, she doesn't deserve any money she has, while I think it's fucked up for her to boast a fan that had cancer and wanted to see her after make a wish. I don't feel as though Sniper Wolf is a content thief. Largely because, when she does credit the people in these TikToks, you can go to the actual accounts that distribute this media, and you can see that even when their names are public, they aren't receiving anything.
You gotta love how he just dismantled his own argument there. Oh, she isn't a thief because the people that she's reacting to don't get anything after she reacts to them. Almost like she's shown everything there is to the video and they have no reason to go and see it. They've already gotten the content of the video, plus their Sniper Wolf, so her dipshit fans have already gotten exactly what they want. They have no reason to go and get it straight from the horse's mouth. There was a problem with this on YouTube a few years ago called mirroring, where people would be like, oh, the following video is by this other person that I like. Go and watch the original though, but I'm going to play the entire thing right here. And guess what? The same thing would happen. No one would go and watch those people at all, since they have no incentive to other than the YouTuber in question telling them. But if they're coming to that specific YouTuber for that specific content, why are they going to go to the original when they've already gotten the experience of watching that content through someone else? Make it make sense.
You wanna know why that is? That's not because she's stealing it from them. That's because people on YouTube who are only consuming that media are not going to go to another platform just to consume that media. Like, you're not going to go and sacrifice your time to scroll on TikTok just to watch Sniper Wolf do instead. And whether you like it or not, her content, while it is lazy, is transformative.
I think that would be a good idea.
Oh, all the normies standing in line are punching the air. Oh no, the pregnant lady gets the board first. Why are they giving her all these special privileges and not me?
Oh, look, Karen, they're letting them on the plane.
Why? Because she's pregnant?
I love how your example of her being transformative is her literally describing what's happening. It'd be one thing if she was a localizer and she was making videos for the blind people, given that, what's that called, that thing where you watch a movie where they describe everything to you? I can't think of the name. I'll look it up in editing, but still. It'd be one thing if she was doing that, but she isn't providing that service. Instead, she's just playing a clip, describing it, and then letting another clip play so she can describe that one too. What is she adding? What is she critiquing? Literally fuck all. So no, this is not transformative. You can reasonably argue this is essentially a market replacement, which would make it not fair use by default.
A much better comparison of something that could be absolutely terrible and absolutely detrimental to different creators and how they handle themselves is XQC or somebody like Hassan Abi or any number of the reaction commentators on Twitch who upload their VODs to YouTube. Now, these VODs contain little to no reaction and are essentially a gigantic rip of the actual media that they consumed, which would genuinely be considered idea theft and could be punishable by law. Now, what Sniper Wolf does, while it contains the entire video, is genuinely transformative, as she's not only taking up at least half the screen with her face, but she is also not only talking over the videos.
This is so relaxing.
I could really get used to this.
I fucking swear he has to be trolling everyone. His example of her being transformative is not only not taking up half the screen as he says, but she's doing nothing but staring at the video like a deer in the headlights, adding nothing, aside from the occasional smile and silent laugh. She is so untransformative she might as well have gotten up and gone to the bathroom and left the video playing. And you also gotta love how she only talks over the videos when nothing is happening in them. That way she can again describe what's happening for both the blind people and the people that are too busy trying to stare at her tits.
But she is commenting, pausing the videos, commenting about the videos, and then making somewhat, even though it's not much, of an intelligible argument as to her feelings on the video. While this may seem as though it's lazy, low effort, and shouldn't exist, and you might be right, it is not, one, punishable by law,
meanwhile,
or any number of the reaction commentators on Twitch who upload their VODs to YouTube. Now, these VODs contain little to no reaction and are essentially a gigantic rip of the actual media that they consumed, which would genuinely be considered idea theft and could be punishable by law.
It never fails to amaze me how quickly someone will contradict themselves. Literally in 1 minute he'll describe this content and how it can be punishable by law, but then with Sniper Wolf it isn't? Okay. Like, bro, just say it's okay because you like her, because you think she's hot. I don't know why, but just say it. Just be upfront about it. We'll judge you all the same, but at least we won't call you a fucking liar.
And two, considered stealing by law, and it shouldn't be considered stealing by you either. Because Jack's films, when you do these things, when you look at other people's videos and TikToks on Sniper Wolf's video, there's several videos that you don't credit the original creators either.
Oh, and now we got a straight up false equivalence here, because he's reacting to Sniper Wolf, who's already not crediting those creators. How is he supposed to credit them if he doesn't know where to look? Is he supposed to spend hours upon hours scrolling through TikTok looking for the exact videos that she was reacting to that time? No, that's fucking absurd. Most importantly, he's adding commentary and criticism to her and the videos themselves. So he is actually making transformative content. SSSniperWolf is not.
And while I think that's all fine and good, you can't criticize somebody who doesn't as well. On top of the fact that multiple other creators also do this same thing, and just because it seems more hype for it doesn't make it any more or less in the right cycle. How SSSniperWolf's content is egregious, I don't get it all. It's criminal and or more long that is. Because I've already said people on TikTok are going to become YouTube, and if I assume to get content more people on YouTube going to post TikTok to get their money. And the idea that these people are creating something that they find genuinely interesting or creating something passionate from their heart is 90% of the time just wrong. Because where these channels on TikTok get their content are from other IPs and from other popular forms of media. They also get them from YouTube, and then they re-upload them to TikTok, not crediting the original creator or where these things were made. So what you're trying to attack is somebody who is, generally speaking, the most innocent in a long line of something that is only slightly morally wrong.
No, if anything, they're attacking one of the people who has popularized this the most, at 30 million subs and such. If anything, she's only making the problem worse by getting other idiots to think, oh, well, if this is how simple it is and we don't gotta credit nobody, we can do it ourselves. And even then, you're describing to that toddler mentality of, oh, he did it and he got away with it, so why should I get punished? Ugh. Which, as I said, is so beyond retarded and so childish, you don't need me to explain why.
Do I think content that's yes, I did. Do I think something that's not even reacting to the video and re-uploading it on YouTube? Wrong. Yes, 100% I think that's wrong. Do I think SSSniperWolf is a degenerate person and has completely lost all sense of herself and has very little character? Yes, 1,000,000,000%. Do I think she's morally and legally at fault for making the kinds of videos she does? No. While SSSniperWolf is an incredibly interesting person and somebody who's also very, very easy to make fun of, we have to take into consideration the fact that while somebody does something wrong, it doesn't make everything they do wrong.
Well, no fucking shit.
What? Literally no one is saying that everything she does is wrong because of this. They're saying that this specifically is wrong. It just so happens to be the main thing she does on the channel. That also doesn't mean that you shouldn't call them out for doing that thing that's wrong.
While SSSniperWolf does not change her content, despite claiming she does, and while she doesn't keep literally anything fresh and is possibly the most bland, uninteresting channel on YouTube, she doesn't steal people's content. And I feel like that's a very big, important distinction to make when you're handling something like that. I feel like it's real important to take into account the fact that while your anger is well placed, and I applaud you for shitting on somebody who, quite frankly, in my opinion, deserves to be shit on, I don't think you can make the claim of content theft, despite that, you know, being a pretty significant, well-placed argument, in my opinion.
So you literally say it's a significant and well-placed argument that she's a content thief, but that they can't make it because reasons. Even though everything we just described paints it pretty clear she's a content thief, adding the most bare minimum of commentary to it. Hell, if you could even call it that. Like I said, just come out and say that you only think it's okay when she does it because you think she's hot, because that's literally the vibes I'm getting from this shit.
You had the right aim, you just fired the wrong bullet, alright? You aimed at the target was there, you just missed your shot and fired the wrong bullet. That's the only issue here.
No, the only issue is that fucking analogy. It makes no sense. The right aim, but the wrong ammunition? What? It'd be one thing if you said right aim, wrong target, but you say it's the right target. This makes no fucking sense. And even then, that you miss it somehow? Like, you've twisted this in so many different ways, it's hard to understand what you're actually saying.
Do I think you're wrong for consuming SSSniperWolf content? No.
Literally no one has made the argument that you're wrong because you consume SSSniperWolf's content. No one. The audience is the innocent party in this one. She is the one making, publishing, and sharing around the videos. The audience is just the ones watching them. So nice straw man. But anywho guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave the video at. All that's left is the usual outro shit and even more repeating himself. And a SSSniperWolf clip, which I think we can all live without. Oh, and how could I forget the glorious outro music that is way too fucking loud. So moral of the story, SSSniperWolf is okay because she has boobs. Hassan Piker and XQC, they can go sit on a cactus. Despite them being accused and being found guilty of exactly the same things, but sure, whatever. Anywho, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, leave a dislike if you didn't. Either way, be sure to let me know what you think of all this shit, and until then, I'll talk to y'all later.
I'm just gonna say it. There are too many American flags. Like, I don't know who's making these American flags, but they'd be making a bloody fortune. And like, you're the only country that I know that does this. Like, the only time I think I've ever seen an Australian flag is like on the Harbour Bridge.
Like Zoink Scoob, I think she's got an extra chromosome. Ruh-roh, Raggy, retard!